In our previous tutorial, we covered how to download and install Autopsy on your computer. Now that the software is ready, it's time to take the next step. Hey guys, my name is Eric from Vathos Technologies. Welcome back to Digital Forensics with Autopsy course. I'm glad to have you here. Alright, in this lesson, you will learn how to navigate the Autopsy interface, understand the purpose of each section, and create your very first forensic case. So, every digital investigation starts with a case. So this is a fundamental skill you will use throughout this series of course, right? So by the end of this tutorial, you will be comfortable creating and managing cases, and you will be ready to import your first piece of digital evidence in the next lesson. All right, if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing and turning on the notifications so you don't miss the upcoming part of this series. All right, if you are watching from TikTok, just click on the link on my bio on TikTok. This is my TikTok page. Just click on the link on this bio, which will navigate you to our YouTube channel. So make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. This is where you will learn the full tutorials I've been posting on TikTok. All right, so this is where you get the full tutorial, and I 100% recommend watching from YouTube. All right, so just click on the link on my TikTok bio, which will navigate you to this place. All right, when you subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channel, you are encouraging us to make amazing videos and hands-on videos like this. All right, thank you. Now let's get started. So first of all, I'm going to close this and I want to start from scratch. All right, so first of all, I have told you guys how to install an Autopsy. If you have not done that, you can go to our YouTube channel, scroll down, you will see installing Autopsy. All right, digital forensic lab setup with Autopsy. So this is step by step, so just go and watch this video. I taught you guys how to install Autopsy on both Windows and Kali Linux. All right, so if you are done with that, now you are welcome to this lesson. So this is the Autopsy. This is how it will look like. So all you need to do is to double click on this Autopsy and it will open for you. So as you can see, while it's opening, just know that just Autopsy may take a few seconds to start because it's loading all the forensic models. So that's why it takes some few seconds to start. All right, now step 2. What we're going to do now is to explore the welcome screen. So this is your welcome Autopsy welcome screen. All right, now as you can see, the first one you see here is create new case. All right, that's the first button you see, which is a create new case. If you want to create a new case, which we are going to be doing in the next few seconds, so we're going to be creating a new case. And the second one you see is to open a recent case, just like the one I'm doing previously. I can open a previous case. If I click on this, you will see that there is a previous case I've been working on, and the name of this case is the case, as you can see it here. So if I click on open now, this case will open and I will continue my investigation. All right, so that is how this one works. And the other one you see here is called open case. All right, or you call it open existing case. So you can also click on it and see, as you can see, this is the case I've been doing. So it will help you to open a previous existing case. All right, so now what we're going to do now is to create our own case. All right, so every forensic investigation starts with a case. So a case stores all the evidence, reports, and notes and analysis. All right, so what we're going to do now is to create a case. So this is where you create your case. In case if you don't find this window, you can also go to this place and create a case from that place. So let me just quickly create a case now. So now we are going to fill in the case information, right? So let's go to this place and fill in the case information. So for this case, I want to name this case Windows investigation. All right, so we want to investigate Windows. All right, sorry. So let's call it Windows investigation. So let's call it Windows investigation. So if you are done with that, I want you to use a meaningful names. All right, don't just write anything you see, just use a meaningful name. So the next thing to do is your base directory. All right, so this is where you browse where you want this to be. So of course I just want it to be on my desktop, or you can browse it if you want it to be on your document in your Windows, you can just do that. Let me just leave it as it is. So it's going to be on my desktop. All right. So now this is where Autopsy stores everything related to this investigation, which if you are selecting the part on your desktop or download or document or whatever. So the next thing is the case number. All right, which let's go to next. This is the case number, which is actually optional. It's not compulsory you do it, but I want to do it. So let me give this case a case number. All right. So because most of the time organizations often use numbering systems. So let me just call it let me just use capital letter. Let me call it case. Let me call it 001. Case 001. Case 001, right? So in this name I can put which this is the examiner name, which is your name. You are the examiner, all right? You are the one that is running this this case. So in this examiner name, I can put my name, all right? Let me just put Eric. Yes, Eric is okay. So this this identifies the forensic examiner responsible for this investigation. Okay. So when you come to phone, you can put your phone number if it's necessary. If you like, you can put your phone number here. Okay, let me put my WhatsApp number here. Let me just put my WhatsApp number 0816842149. For most of you that ask for my WhatsApp number, this is it. You can contact me from this line 081618422149. So that's my WhatsApp number. All right. So in my email, you can just put an email, which is optional. You can just add a note to this. It's optional. So once you are done, you click on what? Finish. Now, as you can see, it says creating case database. So our autopsy is creating a case database. As you can see, it says opening case and blah 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 blah. So everything is just working out. All right. So the next thing to do is to add a data source, which we are going to be doing in our next tutorial. All right. So I just want to show you the interface on autopsy. So I want to take it step by step. I want to show you the interface of this autopsy in this lesson. So in another lesson, we are going to be putting our data source. All right. So as you can see, it's opening. Just so now, as you can see, it says select host. It says select host. So here, this is where we will add our data. It says select data source type and select data source. So which I will be doing in our next lesson. So you can generate a new host name based on the data source name, or you can specify a new host name, or you can use existing one. All right. So here, what you're going to be doing, I'm going to be skipping this. Okay. So since this lesson is focused on understanding the interface, we will skip adding evidence. All right. So we are not going to add evidence in this tutorial. It's going to be in the next one. So in the next tutorial, we will import a forensic image. So let's just click finish. All right. Let's just click. There's any finish here, but since we are not putting it, we can just put cancel. All right. Now our case has successfully been created for us. Now, as you can see, all this. Now I want to explain the autopsy interface. I want to quickly explain the autopsy interface. So as you can see, the first thing we are going to be seeing here is the menu bar. This is our menu bar. All right. I want to navigate you to this. This is our menu bar. You are seeing here is our menu bar. Now, in this menu bar, you find things like case, view, tools, windows, and help. If I click on case, this is where you can create a new case. You can open recent case, which you normally see this first three buttons whenever you open your autopsy. So in case that small window doesn't come out, you can also find it here. All right. Now you can unpack and open portable case. You can do all these things in this place. So these tools contain additional functions. All right. So if you come under view, there is not much in view. So if you come under tools, you see all other tools you can use in autopsy, which adds extra functionality in this autopsy. All right, which I'm going to be showing you some of them in this tutorial. Now you can also see some window. If you go under Windows, you will see some tools under Windows, which I'm going to be showing you now. You can also go to help. If you need some help, you can go to help. All right. Now the next one you're going to be talking about is the toolbar. Right? So which shows you it shows you some common buttons like add data source. Okay, so you can add your data source. So you can add your data source. If I click on it, you can add your data source, which we are not going to be doing in this tutorial. So this is where exactly the same window that came out. So we are not going to be adding a data source in this training. All right, it's going to be in the next training. So you can add your data source. You can add images and videos. You can add communications. So if I click on communications, it's opening. So this is it. So but everything will make sense once you add a data source or evidence. All right, that's when everything will make sense. So if you go to geolocation, you can be able to investigate. Also, this is maps. If you click on this, it will become a full screen. So we can do a lot of things in this place, but it's not going to make sense now unless we add a data source, which we are going to be doing in our next lesson. So you can go to timeline. So I could not create a timeline. There are no data sources, just like I told you. So we are not able to create a timeline because we have not added a data source. So you can go to discovery. You can generate a report, which is very, very important. After your autopsy, after your case investigation, your digital and forensic investigations, this is where you create your you generate your report, which you can save this in with HTML extension or Excel, or you can save it in this, or you can use any of these files to save your case. All right. So, and another tool that you can see here is the close case. Okay, so let me show you how to do it. If you click on this close case, you see that this case will be closed. All right. So you will now see these windows again. As you can see, all these toolbar tools have become have been disabled, as you can see that. So let me reopen this case. What we will do is to go to open recent case. So as you can see it, we have our Windows investigation. You click on open. So we are now back to our case. All right, so the next thing I want to show you is the keyword list. You can go to keyword list. You can search by phone number, by email address, by IP. So if you go to, let me bring this here. So if you go to this guy, keyword search, you can search things. You can toggle exact match or substring match or regular expression. So anyone, you can just type what you are searching here, and you can just type it here, and you can just click on search. All right. So now, another thing I want to show you here is the result viewers. If you go under the tools, you will see something like result viewers. Which when you click on a file, this selection displays its information very well. Also, content viewers. This lets you preview images, text files, documents, videos, PDF, and more without modifying the original evidence. So that is where content viewers comes in. But all these things are going to be becoming clear to you in our next lesson. So now I want to explain what a data source is, which this data source you are seeing here. I want to explain what data source is. Now, data source can come from hard drives, USB drive, memory cards, mobile device images, disk image files, and even logical files and folders. Now, you will work with these things in the next lesson. All right. Now, I want to explain what ingest module means. All right, that is what they call ingest models in forensic investigation. All right, using autopsy. So if you come to this place, you see what they say: run ingest models. So this ingest models includes file type identification, keyword search, hash lookup, and even metadata, recent activities, and even web artifacts. All right, so this explains that these models automatically analyze evidence and extract useful forensics artifacts. All right, so which is the last one, we're going to be discussing, which is how to save and close a case. Now, I've showed you how to save and close the case, right? I've showed you how to close a case, right? So I think so just like I showed you how to close a case, once you click on this guy, you'll be able to close this case. All right. Now, in summary, in this lesson, we started autopsy, we created a forensic case, we learned the purpose of each case field, we explored the autopsy interface, we understood what data sources are, and we learned the role of ingest models. Also, we opened and closed a case. All right, I want to give you an assignment now. Just create your own forensic case, name it My First Investigation or Windows Investigation. You can save it in a dedicated folder, which any of the folders you want, you can save it, and you can close and reopen the case to verify it was saved correctly. All right, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, don't forget to follow us on TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, now congratulations, you now know how to create your first forensic case and navigate the autopsy interface with evidence. These fundamentals are essential because every investigation you will perform in autopsy begins with creating and organizing a case properly. So in the next tutorial, we will take things a step further by adding our first evidence source to autopsy and exploring the different types of data sources you can analyze. All right, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and share it with anyone who is interested in cybersecurity and digital forensics. All right, if you have any question, leave them on the comment section. I'll be there to help you. All right, thank you guys, and see you in the next one.